Well, finally it's fungi season, and the mushrooms are out. You know, we had torrential rain yesterday and it's amazing. As soon as the rain comes out, these things grow like lightning. Absolutely incredible. Well, anyway, I'm just basically revisiting last year or the year before or several years before, because when you walk around certain places, of course you know where all the particular varieties of mushrooms are. And so these ones here, these are Shaggy parasol mushrooms, and they are a tasty edible mushroom, and so you can see them in several stages of their growth. These have a smooth, unblemished stipe, and of course the Shaggy on the cap, as the name indicates. And so let me just close this here a moment, come back to that in a bit. Right, so here is the parasol mushroom, and the parasol differs in that it looks a little bit shaggy, but it's not that shaggy. But you've got this like a snake scaling on the stipe, and so that's the major difference with the parasol mushroom as opposed to the Shaggy parasol. And you see the stipes, they are unblemished. Now this one is a very curious one. It's not that rare. I've only found one batch of these a couple of years ago, and when you cut this one, they stain brilliant orange, absolutely indistinguishable. They're inedible, and those ones, they're called Lepiota. They're all a Lepiota rhacodis, Lepiota rhacodis. And you see, look, it's got the name small here, whereas the Shaggy and the parasol is very bold, because these are very common. And so when you find those, then you see they're more red on the top. The Shaggy variety, they don't have any snaking on the stipe, but when you cut them, they are brilliant orange. So that's what those are. Now, I'm not particularly into eating these particular mushrooms because they're very mushroomy. And they go really soggy, and they can tend to be a bit chewy, and so they're not really that great to cook because they all go really soggy and limp, and but like I say, when you eat them, it's kind of like, you know, a little bit like chewing leather, but they are very tasty. And so, you know, you slice them up and you can have them with eggs and bacon, and, you know, you might enjoy them that way. Now, this mushroom here, I think this is a horse mushroom, variety of field mushroom, and edible. And the thing to notice about this is, people, is that we can see it's kind of like bleeding. It's weeping red juice out of it. Now, this mushroom is obviously about to go over, and so it must be decaying and weeping. And I suppose, yeah, touching the gills, they're very soft, and you could eat that one, but it wouldn't be the best. And then this mushroom here, this is your yellow stainer. Now I'm gonna do this, and you can see that it stains very yellow instantly. Now this is the only poisonous field mushroom, and it's not deadly poisonous, but and in actual fact some people can even eat them without getting an upset stomach, but most people will have an upset stomach if they eat this one. And so I'm gonna cut the stipe, and we should get some yellowing of that also. And you see that's yellowing. It's not yellowing as vividly as the cap. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in half, and so we can see the inside of it and see what happens to the colouring. But again, it's not an instant thing, you see. I don't know why they only stain on the outer cap. And so that one then, well, you know, there doesn't seem to be any problem with that. If you never scored the top of the cap, you probably wouldn't know it's a yellow stainer. But as soon as you compromise this part here, then you can see very, very quickly how it's becoming, they call it chrome yellow. It is quite vivid. And and incidentally, if you cook these, then they will bleed yellow. So you can't mistake them when you're cooking them. If you put them in the microwave, or if you put them in a saucepan or frying pan, all of a sudden all the juice will come out, it's bright yellow. So you'll know that you've got a wrong mushroom. Whereas this one, now this one should be staining red when I cut it, if it's a horse mushroom. Oh yeah, you can see it's going over. It's got a lot of maggots in it, and you'll see in better days. But it's not blushing pink, but you can see there's a pink hue to it. For the whole mushroom has a pink hue to it, yeah. And so when we go back to the horse mushroom here, that's this one, and there's the yellow stainer, so we can see that one staining very, very yellow. And the horse mushroom here, it says creamy white, yellowing slightly with age or on bruising. Smells of aniseed, spore print deep purple brown. And so we can see that the gills are very deep purple, and so that's what sort of spore print you're going to get from that. Got some bugs on there, enjoying that mushroom. So all of those are going in the bin. Now you could think it's sacrilege picking these when you could have eaten them, but where these are found, they're on a very, very prominent public walk path. And within days of them being up, people kick them all over and destroy them. You know, this is the thing with lots of people. They're kind of intrigued about fungi, but they'll always destroy them. They won't just leave them there. They won't just look at them. They'll just kick them and break them and damage them. And so they were going to be damaged in any case. And so I thought I'd bring those to introduce you guys to the first day of mushroom season. Now, one of these mushrooms stains red, and it doesn't appear to be this one. I seem to remember it was the horse mushroom, but maybe because it's old. But anyway, there you go, guys. An introduction into the mushroom season. So if you like that sort of thing, then there'll be many, many more videos like that coming throughout the winter period.